It pretty much works. This is just a demo. You want to see more about how everything works and how I put everything together. You can go and look at the code on GitHub and also read the project description. But this is pretty much yeah. Sorry, internet here is a bit yeah, shaky. Okay. I can't believe I'm spending like 30 seconds on my presentation just loading. Okay. So here we go. So all you have to do is search for a place, right? Peru. And I have the reason behind this. And you're going to see in a minute. So let's say Peru's let's go Peru's capital. Uh, capital. When I do this, I have a bunch of agentic system that is, getting getting the exact coordinates of Paris capital, sending it to my Sentinel satellite API, and then returning the satellite images that you're going to see from 2020 to 2025. 2020 to 2025, so we can have a direct comparison. And the images you get, you see this is the place in 2020, and this is what it looks like now in 2025. And you can see there's an obvious, the image here is kind of like scratchy, but there is obviously, let me move it a bit, because you can move it a bit, you can move it a few days, and move it a few days. I think it's just the particular image that we're looking at that's a problem. Let me just move it back a bit so you can see clearly, because this image is not very clear. Because the different images taken at different time frames, so it's going to be, if you can't see clearly, you can just select one to take clearly. All right, but like I don't know if you guys can see it very clearly here, but there's a very obvious change. The water level, it used to be clearer. I had a better image of this, but the water level here, increased in 2025. It was much more than it was in 2020. That's because the sea level is rising, and that is, and also I have multiple layers here, so you can see the vegetation layer of the place. If you compare the vegetation layer of the place from 2020 to 2025, you can see that there's more, it's kind of like reduced from 2021. You can see the way it's reduced 2021, and also pollution NO2 layers. You can look at the water layer, wildfire. We're looking at like the Amazon first, something like that, to check for stuff. So that's pretty much what it does. So I have a bunch of agents that are in my backend. What they're going to do, they are going to take all these different layers, including natural color layer, take all these different layers, look at the changes, compare them, send them to air for processing. I have an agent that what it does is that it goes to perform Google search using Google Search API. It goes to perform Google search and then look at the particular time frame that's between 2021 to 2025. It also looks at the location, that particular local location, and gets like news, articles, and stuff that happen around the area around that time that could have led to this particular change. And what it's going to do is that it's going to generate an analysis report. So this analysis report is what it's going to, understand, like give you a summary of everything that has, happened. These are satellite images of Lima, Peru. Indication is vegetation layer. You can see decreased vegetation index, slight reduction in size of some water bodies, fluctuation in NO2 levels, and subtle changes to coastline. You can see all stuff like that, and you can see potential causes, altered precipitation patterns and drought, increased pollution, confidence minimum, because this is AI summary. We have confidence level depending, and also not all news articles and stuff are like very legit. So I use all those metrics there to get my confidence level, and you can see vegetation index,